Welcome everybody to another episode of Command Combat Computer Reports. Today we've got Shogun Total War and a little bit of a foggy valley here. Looks like they're already in motion. We have some Boki over here and some samurai heroes. So a lot of bow cavalry running around the flank of the Tosa. And the Tosa, oh wait, what are they sending up there? It looks like the general's bodyguard is coming up to meet them. That should be interesting. It's the Satsuma versus Tosa. Oh, and it looks like the Tosa in this particular one have got a lot of gun kind of like New World type troops, and the Satsuma over here we've got Bokachi, Katana Kachi, so they are the Old World. So we're going to do the Satsuma Old World versus the Tosa New World. Alright, so they're back there waiting. We got the Satsuma generals back there. Bokachi are trying to get into place. However, artillery, which is right up here, is already firing and doing a number on them. Man, they get some good firing over that hill there. They can't even see them, but somehow they're hitting them. And this is even more impressive. Look at this, way back here, beyond the woods. Why can't my artillery ever fire like that? Sort of the magic bullet theory, I guess. Someone get JFK out there. Alright, so we got, looks like the Imperial Guard Cavalry. These guys are just guarding the flank with one thing of infantry over here, so they're going to try to protect this area, which clearly looks like it's not going to be attacked. It looks like the main attack is going to come right up this hill, which is going to be very hard for the Satsuma. The Satsuma have, what is this, Katana Kachi, basically their swordsmen, all protected behind these woods, although, you know, and their spearmen as well. Although, with this artillery, it seems like they can fire over woods and stuff. What have they got come up here? They got some Bokachi up here sneaking up through these woods. So it looks like what they're going to do is the Satsuma are going to try to come up around these woods, sneak up on them, and hit them as hard as they can, which is usually the way that you want to do it when you are playing the old world versus the new. But there is some movement over here on their right flank, on the Satsuma right flank, the Tosa left. So it looks like they are going to try to maybe run around that flank. Ooh, they're sending all of their cavalry around this area. So maybe they're going to try to get around their flank on this side. Or maybe they're going to just hit them on their front. Who knows? But you have the Tosa here keeping their cavalry ready, and the artillery is there ready to fire them. In fact, is their artillery not... Oh, I see. Their artillery is not firing at them. It's because the Satsuma are running around behind that hill. Again, didn't exactly change, change things for the Tosa over on this side, but I guess it'll be a little different. It is sort of a suicidal thing to just run straight up this hill with all of that infantry. Oh, but that is exactly what they're going to do. They're going to try to run up that hill. It looks like maybe what they did was they brought over this cavalry that caused the Tosa to readjust themselves to face the cavalry, and now that infantry is going to try to take advantage of that and run up while the Tosa are in motion. That is the best time to hit them, but who knows if it's going to work. Look, that artillery is already firing, but it is firing over their heads. Doesn't look like it's hitting anybody, so this is the time for the Satsuma to strike. Meanwhile, the Tosa line is readjusting over this direction to protect against this cavalry, which is threatening over their left flank. It is a lot of movement over here. I don't know if it's actually going to turn into anything, or if it is just a lot of maneuvering to distract against this movement. However, it looks like that has stalled for the moment, which is probably a bad idea with the artillery firing at them, but I can understand the Tosa have stopped seeing what was coming, and they have set themselves up across this ridge, which is just simply going to be a major firing squad. You can see, looking from their point of view, they have a clear line of fire all the way down that hill. The Satsuma are going to be running uphill the entire way, so it is just not going to be a good situation for them. Meanwhile, the cavalry is in place over here if they want to do something. However, this artillery is firing at them. They are behind that hill, so they really shouldn't be able to do much. But again, apparently Tosa artillery is magical. And the Tosa are just sitting there. They are just going to wait. This is a good placement. Look at that. All of this infantry, musketmen, all along that ridge line there, ready. Oh, they're going to start pushing forward. They have moved some of their cavalry there. I was just going to real quick say that they were all in place, while meanwhile I have the cavalry here guarding against in case the cavalry came that way. Now, let's look at this. The I think it's Carbine Cavalry. Imperial Guard Cavalry is coming up. They're going to do some shots down here. Meanwhile, the archers are going to fire back. Let's see how effective it is. Doesn't look like the bowmen are really doing much damage, and the gunmen, they are doing a lot of damage there. It is the New World is definitely working against the Old World in this particular case. However, the Old World is having to shoot uphill, so that's working against them. Now you can see their morale is starting to go, but they are the Satsuma are starting to bring out their infantry in masse. Let's take a look real quick too over here. And the cavalry is moving. The Satsuma is completely overwhelming the Tosa, and you can see that Tosa's cavalry is about to break, and the Satsuma are bringing in more. They're going to completely destroy them, and then try to come in on their rear here. We're going to see if this works. Meanwhile, the Tosa are coming in with more cavalry, and they are going to hit the Bokachi here. That is going to really go for the Tosa, because cavalry against bowmen, cavalry is going to win, plus it is... they probably got a shot in before they came in, but you have now the infantry has made their move. This might have been something on purpose for the Tosa to sacrifice a unit to bring all that infantry out, because now we're going to watch that artillery is going to fire down on them, and that is a big primary target. Now the bowmen have turned around, and they are firing at the cavalry here. But the cavalry, once again, they have those the carbines, and they are just firing right through those bowmen, and the bowmen are not doing too much to them, certainly not doing much to their morale. So it's almost like, alright, well, you brought a bow to a gunfight here. But now that that mass of infantry is moving forward, you can see their artillery is coming in and blasting a lot of them away, but they are pretty much committed. They are just going to have to run in, and they're going to get stopped by that cavalry. A good move by the Tosa to slow down the Satsuma, because now they're going to be able to pin them down while they hit them with artillery. However, the Satsuma are not going to fall for that. They are going to send some of their best samurai up to take out that artillery. Meanwhile, looks like the cavalry have made a move here. However, they have been chopped down, and they only have a little bit left with very shaken morale. So the cavalry attack on the rear failed. You can see a lot of the dead there. Sorry, folks, we missed it. We were on the other side of the battlefield. And you can see that really the Satsuma only has that left, so that is not going to be effective as a firing force. Now is going to come down to, can the Satsuma on this side come around up to this side of the battlefield and maybe come around behind or on the side and take them out from the top of the hill. The first step is going to be them taking out this artillery, which they're going to be able to do if they keep their morale going. And of course, canister's probably about to fire. Doesn't really. Besides, canister in the rifle artillery was never as good as it had been in older smoothbore cannons, and so this sort of a strike here has just really been effective. Oh, meanwhile, you still have there's enough carbine cavalry back here that they are pouring in some fire on the Satsuma. That is going to be really bad for them, because Satsuma really need to turn their attention over here on the Tosa. But they're going to have to use some of their men to go over and attack that cavalry so they don't get a rest in their back. Meanwhile, the attack is taking place across the hill. The Tosa have set themselves up in a line again, prepared for the invasion. So this is going to be bad news for the Satsuma, but perhaps they will be able to break through at one certain point if they are able to charge. The one thing they are doing effectively here is you notice that they are going at the Tosa in this valley, thus denying all the over here, for the Tosa over here from being able to join in. But you can see the Tosa are correcting that and getting themselves up on the hill, and they're going to be able to fire at them as they come along. The Satsuma charge is coming in, however, their morale is already pretty bad as they get into there. That might make it troublesome for them to get in, because by the time they get there, the gunfire has already damaged their morale so deeply. But they're committing all of their forces. They are running in there. I think that but a lot of them have already started retreating. They're coming in piecemeal. Their cavalry is coming in to meet the Tosa cavalry, so that is pinned down while the rest come in. However, the rest are going to be coming in on all this gunfire, and look at that. In fact, you can see in the background the morale of the Satsuma infantry over here is shaken. And in fact, they might even be running. I think it's probably because they've taken so many losses over here. Yes, they have. They've lost a lot of losses, and that will do it. As you can see, a decisive defeat for the Satsuma. Yeah, that just goes to show the power of the gun. So thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and happy gaming, everybody.